Hi, I'm Benjamin Brown, and today I'm going to show you how to integrate the Roland RD-88 with Apple Mainstage in the context of a musical theater performance. So, you've arrived at the theater, you're all powered up. Now what? Let's make sure that our pedals are plugged into the right ports. So, normally in a musical theater context, you'll have 3 pedals. A sustain pedal. The brand on this one doesn't matter so much. I've got a Roland sustain pedal right here. Again, you can just use any old sustain pedal. A patch change pedal. I've got a Boss FS5U right here. And this pedal in particular, even though it's kind of the industry standard, has a kind of a weird workaround that you'll have to do to get working with the Roland keyboards. I'll show you how to do that at the end. And an expression pedal to control your master volume. This is the Yamaha FC7, which also has a bit of a weird workaround. Most any other expression pedal will work. I'm going to use a Moog expression pedal for the purpose of the rest of this video. You'll want to make sure that your sustain pedal is plugged into the damper port, your expression pedal is plugged into one of the foot control ports, and your patch change pedal is plugged into the other foot control port. Once you've done all that, it's time to head to the computer and get it set up for Mainstage. So, you'll need to install a driver from the Roland website. Once you've done that and restarted your computer, open up your system preferences and check to make sure it's there. After that, we'll need to change a setting on the keyboard so that we can use that driver. So, to find that setting, we're going to go to Menu, go down to System, General, and we're going to go all the way down to USB driver. Hit Increase to change that to vendor. All that means is we're telling the keyboard to use the computer's driver. To save that setting, we're going to hit Right. You can see that System has a little pound sign or a plus sign next to it. So we're going to go down to System and hit Enter. Yes, we are sure that we want to write that. So we've changed that setting. Anytime I change a system setting, I like to quickly turn the keyboard off and on just to make sure that it's set. So now that we've changed that setting on the keyboard, let's make sure that the computer is detecting it. We'll head back to our system preferences and let's check this RD-88 app. And yeah, the computer's detecting the keyboard. That's great. We don't need to do anything else here on this screen. And we're ready to fire at Mainstage. So by now, you should have downloaded and unzipped your concert that you've rented. I've got a sample concert ready to go here, just for today. So when you fire at Mainstage, you'll see a screen that looks kind of like this. You'll see we're in edit mode. You'll see the name of the concert at the top here, and you'll see your sounds off to one side. You'll probably see a screen that looks something like this. But let's start in layout mode. So head over to layout mode in the top left. And we need to assign these on-screen elements to physical hardware. That just means we're telling Mainstage what to listen to and what to do with that information. So click on the on-screen keyboard, click Assign, and play a few notes on your keyboard. We're just going to repeat that process for all of these on-screen elements, including this mod wheel, this pitch wheel. In my concerts, I have a button assigned to back and panic on the lowest key and the highest key respectively. Your concert that you rent may or may not have that, but let's go ahead and assign that since we're here. We'll assign that again to the lowest key and to the highest key. Let's also assign our pedals. Our volume pedal, our sustain pedal, and our patch change pedal. Give that a few butt presses. And that's all of our on-screen elements. At this point, we need to tell Mainstage what to do with the audio it creates. So let's go to Preferences, Audio, and on Audio Output, we want to select the RD-88. That's going to use the keyboard as an audio interface, allowing us to use the built-in speakers and the line outputs on the keyboard as the Mainstage sounds. So that should be everything. Let's give it a test. Well, right now, we're getting both the keyboard sounds and the main stage sounds, which is probably not desirable. There's 2 ways to fix that, and both of them require a little bit of menu diving. So to get the built-in sounds out of the sounds that Mainstage is producing, like I said, we have 2 ways to do that. We can either turn the layer of the sound on the keyboard down, like this. And then we're just getting Mainstage's sound. That's a good method if you want an emergency backup. Say you're playing a piano-heavy book and Mainstage crashes. I'll mute Mainstage really quick just to demonstrate that. And we've got no sound. What you can do is you can reach over, turn your layer back up, and you at least have the built-in sound. Alternatively, you can disengage the built-in sounds entirely by going to Menu, System, down to MIDI, and then you'll have to tab over to Local SW and turn that off. What that does, that disengages the local sounds entirely. Personally, that's how I prefer to run Mainstage. If you want to save that setting, you're going to want to hit Right, System, Enter, and write that, just to save that setting. And we're just getting Mainstage's sound. Now that we've turned off local sounds, let's check everything and make sure we're good to go. Our keyboard should only be making Mainstage sounds. That seems to be working. Our volume pedal should be changing our master volume. That seems to be working. Let me pick a patch to sustain so we can check our sustain pedal. Sustain pedal's working. Now let's check that patch change pedal. As we can see, this patch change pedal, every time we're hitting it, it's skipping 2 or 3 patches at a time. Let's fix that. In order to fix that on these Roland keyboards, first we're going to switch the sustain pedal and the patch change pedal. In this case, the black and the gray. We're going to plug the patch change pedal into the sustain port, and the sustain pedal into the port that the patch change pedal is in. Now that they're crisscrossed, we need to remind Mainstage of what it's listening to from these pedals. So let's go back to Layout, click the on-screen sustain pedal, click Assign, hit that physical sustain pedal a couple times, click that patch change pedal, and hit that a few times, and we're back in business there. Now back in edit mode, right now we're not sending the right signals to Mainstage to sustain and change patches. So go to the concert level, that's up here. Go to Assignments and Mappings, and let's hit the sustain pedal a couple of times so that we know what we're looking for. Now as you can see, Mainstage, every time you're hitting the sustain pedal, because it's now in a different port, thinks it's hearing the soft pedal. So to change that, all we need to do is select that mapping, click Send to All, RD-88 Destinations, and scroll down to MIDI 64, sustain. What that's going to do is it's going to transform anytime it hears soft pedal into a sustain message. We don't need to worry about the patch change pedal because it's already mapped to advance to the next patch. So let's check that. On our electric piano patch, we should be sustaining when we press the sustain pedal. And that's still working. And our patch change pedal should now be only advancing 1 patch at a time. And that seems to be working. So we're good to go. Now, I said I would talk about the Yamaha FC7. I really like this pedal. It's big, it's rugged, it's sturdy, but it can cause some problems with certain keyboards due to how this TRS cable is wired. So to fix that, you'll need something like this. What this is 2 parts. A splitter to split the tip in the ring, and a combiner to recombine 2 TS cables into a TRS cable. Instead of plugging red to red and black to black, you'll plug red to black and black to red. Plug this end of the expression pedal into the keyboard, and that should fix it. And that's it. That should be all you need to know to set up your Roland RD-88 with Apple Mainstage for a musical theater pit playing scenario. Thanks for watching.